Everyone, welcome to tutorial. I'll be discussing about e-governance. So I was covering the chapters of e-governance. So I was in chapter 1. So this is my topic number 5. Okay. So today I'll discuss about evolution of evolution of e-governance, its scope and content. Okay, so this question is very important. This has been asked many times. Okay, so this can be asked in long question also. So I'm going to explain the evolution of e-governance very briefly in point-wise process. Okay, so that it will be easy to memorize for you people. And if you want the related note for this subject, so comment me. I'll be providing you the link for this. Okay. So without any delay, let's start. So we can see that for the evolution of e-governance, first of all, the first initiative for this e-governance concept, we can say, first initiative for e-governance was taken by Chile in 1972. So imagine in 1972 only the concept of e-governance was, has started. So who implemented this? Okay, so this implementation, if we'll say, so implementation of e-governance was done by Professor Stafford Stafford it is, okay, Stafford Beer. Okay, so he, what he did is he started the first uh, e-governance software. And what was the use of this software? So the use of this software was, to help the government survive severe crisis. Okay, so remember this. Who developed this? So first of all, the implementation was done in Chile in 1972, and it was implemented first by Professor Stafford Beer, and he developed a e-governance software whose use was to help the government to survive the uh, this crisis. Okay, severe crisis and all. Fine. So these are some of the key points. I hope you will remember this. So let's go to other points. So let me clear the screen first. Okay, so let's go to other point. So next, this is it, evolution part only. Okay, so major contribution by, so another contribution, we can say, another contribution was done by US Vice President, okay, AI Gore in 1990. Fine. So another next major step was taken by US Vice President, that is AI Gore, in 1990. And after that, there was a widespread in other countries, like we can say also adopted for this. So other countries like US, UK, Canada, India. So this country, after that, these countries started taking the initiative. Okay. So at that time, so the main focus was, we can say, the main focus was entirely on development of infrastructure. Okay, for how the infrastructure will be developed, what will be the infrastructure, and also, other, like, main other focus were, like, we can say, because it was the starting phase. Okay, so other focus were knowledge, information, information. Fine. So these were the the evolution part, we can say. So let's go to some other points also. So as this is asked in long questions, you need to write these most points. So again, some of the lagging part was there. Okay, so during 1980 to 1990, we can say all over the world, okay, they lagged behind. Okay, we can say they lagged behind in accepting and implementing ICT. Implementing, I'll explain this. Implementing ICT. So ICT means information and communication technology. It means that use of various devices, various hardware and softwares for informations, etc. So the major problem with e-governance was that we started e-governance, but we are not able to implement the information and communication technology properly. It means that still in some areas we lack internet, we lack proper communication system, proper devices. Okay, so so some of the successful, if you can say so, this was the year when the lagging started, and after that they started to work on that, and they use this ICT. They after that they use this ICT, information communication technology to reach their customer. Okay, customer, and enhances, they enhance their quality of service, we can say. Okay, so we can say this was the era when the lagging started, and after that they started to work on that, and then they use ICT, they enhance their services. Okay, so some of the services can be use of internet, we can say, use of internet, use of e-shopping, we can say, 24 cross 7, you can say, call center and all. Okay, similarly, software uses, okay, like in areas of, so these are still, we are in development phase. Okay, so next evolution was software uses, you can say, uh, software uses in the sectors like banking, we can say. So initially, if you remember, we were in paper and pen type of work we did, but after that software uses in case of banking, we can say, in industry, we can say. Okay, so also in financial, we can say. So in that, in all these domains, the uses of software started, and the countries that will involved in this were India, Ireland, China, Israel. Right, so this can be said as, this can be told as initial effort in e-governance. Okay, so as this initial effort in e-governance started after using the software, and also there was like less use of pen and paper or manual process. Yeah, so that is the result of using e-governance. Hence, okay, hence the this concept of the scope of ICT in implementation started. Okay, so let's go to the next part. So it was I think first part was evolution of e-governance, and next part was scope of ICT implementation in government. Yeah, so let's go to that part. So I think that much is enough. Okay, for exam, for the evolution part, if you write that much, that is okay. So next is scope of ICT implementation in e-governance. Right, so scope can be uh, improvement of, you can say, improvement of efficiency, efficiency and effectiveness, okay, of uh, government function. Okay, so government function means, delivery of service to, that is delivery of service to general public. Yeah, so next scope can be more transparency, we can say. Okay, transparency means the citizens have right to know everything that is happening around. Okay, that governmental part, what is happening. So more transparency to citizens, we can say, in regard to information what is happening. Okay, so next can be, we can like better relationship, we can say. Okay, so better relationship between citizen and government, we can say. Okay, so uh, I think this is all. Okay, better interaction, better development. Hence, these are the scopes of the ICTs, we can say. Okay, so this is all I think for the topic. That is scope, evolution of e-governance and its scope. Okay, so next I'll covering. So these are some of the theory part only. So next I'll be covering the present trend of e-governance. Okay, so what are the present trend? How is this e-governance development going on? So after that, I think that will be the end of chapter one. Okay, end of chapter one, I think. Or if there is another topic, I'll cover that also. Fine. So till that, stay safe and like, share, and subscribe our channel. Thank you.